Hey everyone, welcome back. Our next guests are part of Pregones PRTT's newest Latinx production tour today, People Ignited. The musical, it highlights the legendary era of the Bronx fires in the 70s and survival stories of the arson for profit business. The show alternates from past to present, incorporating the sounds of hip hop and salsa. And here to tell us more, we welcome director Rosalba Rolón and actors Nicely Vega, Claudia Ramos Jordan, and Jose Joaquin Garcia. Hello, welcome everybody.
Saludos, hello Rhina. Thank you for having us again.
Of course, we absolutely love everything Pregones is about and of course produces. So I know this has been 5 years in the making for you.
Yes.
And it's a very important story. So I would like to start with you, Rosalba, and just sharing why you felt compelled to mount this in a theatrical production, because I know some of your advisors were from the the documentary film Decade of Fire, and so it's a very important story that needs to be told, but it's kind of like interesting to kind of visualize it in musical form.
Yes, and thank you again, Rhina. Well, this is really from our point of view, a voice that is added to the countless voices over the past 50 years on dozens and hundreds of artists who have continued to talk about this decade of fire, right, of the 70s, because we can't forget how it happened, and also because it is as a result of that era the reputation of our borough was destroyed around the world. And Pregones is a touring company. As you know, we have been to travel to 18 countries in addition to hundreds of cities in the United States, and to find ourselves in far places in the world, in a mountain near Poland with rural folks, and being scared that we were coming back to the Bronx, and like, you know what the Bronx is? They thought they knew what the Bronx is. And I'm thinking, why would they know that? What do they think they know? And the same thing in every country we visited and in every city. And people worried, you know, are you safe? And I think, my goodness, the power of the entertainment industry, the power of the communication industry. And I said that so many artists have worked so hard, and we wanted to be one additional voice, and so this has been happening for some time. And then learning just more details about the arson for profit business, we thought that since other magnificent work has been done about the victims and the neighborhood and the community, I said, can we shed additional light on the guilty party, on the perpetrators of this whole thing, and still be theater and musical and make it fun, and we can, like, kind of approach. And so and the film, Vivian's film Decade of Fire, inspired us immensely. So, but yes, it is a different take. These are slices of life that we go through, on the bodega owner, on the young activists, on the news, Latina news journalist who's trying to make it in the mainstream, and the role of Wall Street and the landlords and the insurance companies. And hopefully people will, as we have fun, because we never stop dancing and singing,
Right.
the worst of times, we learn something, or we at least continue the conversation. And each performance is being preceded by something that happens in the lobby. That's every day is a surprise, so we won't spoil that for you.
All right, yeah, don't spoil the surprise, but let's talk to some of the actors here, some of the performers. So I guess we can refer to Jose Joaquin Garcia as the bodeguero, right?
Yes.
Well, how is it for you? I mean, I understand that you've performed with Pregones since 1986.
Since 1986, as the Mets were climbing to get into the World Series, I was auditioning in an office in a school at that time. So, that's 35 years ago. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And it sounds like a stellar cast. I mean, I wish I could go over everyone's bio, but the idea is that you you continue to employ our people of color, our Latino community, you know, Puerto Rican and Latinx, because it's a combination of both. And then there's the actual story that's being told by these artists who are from the Bronx, or some from, or some not. Like, is because I know you go into past and present, so I just wondered if any of you actually lived that or have family members that were able to share those stories with you. Perhaps we want to talk to Claudia, who is what's your role, Claudia?
One of my roles is Candy, who's a neighborhood teenager who's very concerned with what's going on. And she's kind of in this place where uncertainty is plaguing her life day to day. And as a person who grew up in Puerto Rico, I can heavily relate to Candy with all the activism that's been happening in the island as well. And a part of this show for me has been like rediscovering more Puerto Rican history and more Latinx history that is not told in the books. So,
and you're also the insurance broker.
And I'm also the insurance broker.
She's the bad girl.
Yeah. Ooh, ow, nice. You got a nice range going on there, right? And so, Miss Sally, I'm going to assume you're the reporter.
I am. I play the journalist, Linda Gonzalez. Yes. and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was going to just probe you a little bit more.
Yeah. So I play the journalist, and it's been a really interesting journey being a part of this cast. I am also the only Dominican in the cast. Everybody's Puerto Rican.
Right, that's why I almost said Puerto Rican, and then I said, wait a minute, I know somebody's Dominican. So, you know, I gotta make sure I'm politically correct, because somos primo anyway, so, you know.
For sure.
Sin duda.
Yeah, but it's been a really wonderful experience to collaborate with everyone and to build these characters who are everybody's character is a mix of a bunch of people, you know, and stories that we've pulled from a bunch of people that we're packaging into a person to represent what's going on. And I have a lot of family that live in the Bronx, and my family migrated to the Bronx from DR in the 70s. So to hear some of their stories of what they experienced or what they heard, and then to be able to do a show that they can connect to, which is so rare in this field of work that we do, to have stories that our people can connect to. So that's been a blessing for me doing this part.
Yeah, that's why Pregones is such an important institution to the Bronx and abroad, because, again, Rosalba opened up with her travels and the stigma that people perceive related to the Bronx. And meanwhile, they're basing it on, you know, the past. It's like, hey, you know, there's a new Bronx, as our Bronx Borough president, who's going to be leaving us soon, always refers to Ruben Diaz Jr. But so the show opened December 3rd. Second, sorry. Today is December 3rd, December 2nd. And it's been 5 years in the making. And you have incorporated all of these advisors, and then you've also incorporated like a fusion of music, and what I'm visualizing is that whole going back into and coming to the present. So what does that look like for an audience member sitting and observing?
We're hoping that, you know, well, you know, the work of Desmar, you know, the guy as our composer. So he's been sort of going through, because the band is a combination of generations as well, the four band members, and it's a combination of you know, ages and experiences. And there is so much rich cultural richness coming out of our community in the 70s that we said we would end up with a 10-hour drama, docudrama, and we didn't want to do that. So we've gone to even to rock. I mean, we do rock and we do the hip hop sound, but then we go into highly theatrical moments where we have to remember that it's theater. It's not a compilation of things, but it's just that the environment we create, hopefully, will give us that sense of presence, that this is what we're experiencing. experiencing. Because at the end of the day, we're not doing this because we want to be validated in the world. It's about validating ourselves in our own community, in our neighborhood, saying, wow, yeah, we did this. This is why this is work is still in development. In reality, once we close this, this run in 2 weeks, in 2 more weeks, it stays on our repertory for continued development. As we continue to talk, I want to say that part of our advisors have been recorded, and part of their testimonials will be part of the performance.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So
it's multimedia as well.
It is. It's very much so in sound and projections, and so we have some winners here like Elba Cabrera and Joe Conso's testimonials, a firefighter. We do have, and again, the cast is multicultural. We have an Irish actor who plays beautifully, and so it's just this big family of people coming together to tell the story.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I wish we had more time to talk. We're already out of time, and I'm sorry, because I can see everybody sitting there anxiously awaiting their turn, and they're hard wrapping me. But I do think that in the conversation we have had, it's clear that this is an experience, and it's important for us to support our stories created by us, and the fact that Pregones always honors our people and employs our Latinx artists. It's definitely something that I think everyone should make it their business to check off in experiencing until December 19th. Bueno, thank you for bringing it here to our viewers.
Yeah, thank you so
Congratulations. Congratulations on mounting. And you guys, once again, torched a People Ignited, opened December 2nd and will run Thursdays through Saturdays until December 19th at Pregones PRTT, located at 575 Walton Avenue near 149th Street and Grand Concourse. Of course, that's in the Bronx. And if you're interested in tickets, you can visit PRTT.org. We do have to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to hear about an annual toy and coat drive for lower income children. Don't go anywhere.